be dreaming safe and sound. Better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Is this the kind of sound that you wanna hear? Is this the kind of vibe that you wanna feel? 'Cause I'm the type of guy that you'll never fear. You could do your thing, then come near. Maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. See, we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high on our break. I'm all about the look that you're giving me. I'm all about the dance moves you're letting free. Well, I'm all about a sweet sound and loving spree. So listen from my melody. Yeah, maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. See, we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high by the way, And when we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Yeah, this is the kind of sound that I wanna hear. Yeah, this is the kind of vibe that I wanna feel. And you're the type of girl, baby, you're the real. Check it one time, what's the deal? Maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. Yeah, we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high by the way, And when we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. We're feeling alright, yeah. We're feeling good, we're feeling alright, yeah. Oh, it's about that time for us to look around and meet somebody new. Well, let's all welcome in familiar faces, perhaps somebody who has a conflict in their life. Alright, tell them you're sorry, but there's ways to change the wrong to right. See, we can sit in a distant haze and watch rain clouds pour thoughts of greatness to help our troubles sail real far away. Oh yeah. Well, it's a struggle every day, we're stressing.
As I make my way. The fact I'm still alive, my claim to fame. It's no surprise I'm on a rise, finna stake my claim. Separate me from the others, cause we ain't the same. Ask my brothers from another, we ain't for play. Time is money, so we got no time to waste. Soon as this thing's moving, it can't be stopped. Blue bands in my pocket, call that juggernaut.
In the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Put your life together.
You know the stat quo. Finna get a bag, bustin' down that blow. Out of East Side Ho, where they know my name.
You ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down!
Generation X. Oh yeah. What up? What up? We got another episode of Fantasy News today. Got a little bit of news. It's nothing crazy, but yeah, we got some fun things to talk about. Let's shout out the chat while we smoke this up here, and just lit up some Saturn OG. Smoke it up. What's everyone smoking on? Crispy in the house. What up?
What's happening, Pops?
Shout out to Emil. What's going down?
What's the deal, Emil?
Minnesota Marty. What up? What up?
Marty, it's time to party.
Lee in the house. What's going
Lee.
on, bro? What up, Song?
Song. Hit the bone.
What up, Derek? Salute.
Derek. Boo.
Marcus in the house. What up, bro?
I couldn't think of anything that rhymed with Derek.
All right. So, I mean, the players now, we know that they could smoke weed. It's they only get tested once now. One thing that's that we know's never happened is the coaches. They don't get tested. We saw like pictures of Sean Payton like hitting the bong and shit. Here is our man down in Miami over there. I swear this motherfucker is high. What? Listen
all the time.
Listen to his little press conference that that he gave.
3rd, 1983. That day I was born, right? Now we take a closer look at that date, and that in fact was not yesterday. Okay, so people are rumored to be tall, short. People that are rumored to be, that's you're not going to get this guy. I'm year 2, okay?
I mean, when he first got the job, and then he went to the combine as a head coach for the first time last year. He got on the McAfee show after because the combine's in Indy and whatnot.
Okay.
And legit, the combine is all about these motherfuckers get together and at night, bro, they party, bro.
Oh, I believe
so
it.
he goes on the show after being
remember that picture of the Broncos when they were showing like when he was the ball boy and shit? He just looks hella hip hop, he's like our age.
Yeah,
he's
like lined up. He got lined up. He got diamond earrings and shit.
He's got the goofy glasses, but that those are like some dope frames though.
I mean, he might have been Cartier's. Hey, but look at this. He was hella drunk, bro.
What up, Daniel Berry?
He was drunk as fuck, and he was funny. He was like, we might have been up all night, like he's such a totally dude type of guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You wouldn't think that he's like, he's half white and black. I'm assuming. I mean, it's white.
Because he's hella quirky. Because what, he's from like Princeton and shit, right? Where did he
Yeah.
fucking from Yale or whatever? Or was it?
Yeah. Totally, dude. You know? I mean, look at the way he's funny as fuck. What did he say his birthday was? Whatever, 3rd, 1983.
March 3rd. Here, let's start on again.
3rd, 1983.
He had to think about it too. If you look at him, he's like thinking.
That day I was born, right? Now we take a closer look at that date, and that in fact was not yesterday. Okay, so people that are on, people are rumored to be tall, short. People that are rumored to be, that's you're not going to get this guy. I'm year 2. Okay.
So funny. He's like, I may be high as fuck, but that was not yesterday.
You know what I'm saying? He's the one that you've seen him a couple times where he's on the field and he just forget, like people's watching or something. He just hit that fucking pen. Then he's like, and you're like, should I do one of those and shit?
What's this? Antonio said, y'all see that Run DMC, Lil Wayne, Snoop, and Ice Cube going on tour? What?
Wait, Russell Wilson?
No, Run DMC, Lil Wayne, Snoop, and Ice Cube are going on a tour together.
I mean, you know what's crazy is that 10 years ago, Lil Wayne was the guy, right? Now it's like Drake is like now the guy, right? And it's like, now Lil Wayne's he's older Wayne, so he's able to link up and do these vintage hip hop act tours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because now he could really be like, I don't know, like all these guys, they were all the shit in their heyday, but now they're all just they're features and what's the word I'm looking for? I mean,
that's why Jay is still the best to me, because Jay, I call him Jay like I know him, right? But because Jay, he constantly will come out with new shit, bro. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like when he came out with that 444 album, he was talking about infidelity and being a parent and stuff like that. This is grown Jay-Z. Like I was still able to identify with that. You know what I mean? Like at one point or another, Lil Wayne's music was literally like, bars about pooping and like shit, I'm the shit, I'm the poop punchlines and
I could do without Lil Wayne, not as good as the other goats. And Lil Wayne, I mean, man, it was in the beginning where I liked him more. I don't know.
Lil Wayne was the shit, man. I ain't gonna lie, he was the shit.
Yeah, see, I never got to that level, like thinking that he was like the best.
You ever heard of Gilly? You ever heard of Gilly the Kid? You ever heard of Gilly and Rollo? They just got picked up by Barstool. They got a podcast called $1 Million Worth of Game.
No, unless it's the guys who you've told me about, and then yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Gilly, right? So Gilly, he's from Philly, and he's a rapper, but he was famous for ghostwriting Lil Wayne's Carter 3 or Carter 2.
Okay.
The Carter 2, and the way and ghostwriting back then It was you're a ghostwriter. You're not getting any credit.
Yeah, you literally nobody fucking knows. Like
nobody knows.
Little Wayne,
and they're gonna pay you, and you're gonna sign an NDA. You know what I mean?
And like, on the credits, did it say that Lil Wayne wrote it?
No,
or did it have him.
I'm pretty sure it says Wayne wrote it, but I mean,
nobody reads the credits anyways. Nobody reads the fucking credits on the CD.
No, and like here's the thing: it's like Lil Wayne, like his style drastically changed.
Philly, shout out to Philly.
Yeah, Philly stand up. Hey, Gilly is hard as fuck too. You know what I mean? And like, but then it was like you could tell it was. And then by the time he got to the Carter 3, he ain't have no. He's writing because it wasn't like he always had ghostwriters. It was just this particular for some reason like, and like all he was doing all it really sounded like to me was like it was just that Jay-Z flow at the time. The yellow with colors that can't match that. Tropical colors and toucan sun. You know what I mean? Like there was that.
Was he in his mad drug phase amongst those years? Because I know there were some years where he got a little bit worse with everything, right?
Well, he was drinking lean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like where he would just be like, "The way was in my cup. It's my cup." You know what I mean? And he would be like falling asleep in interviews and shit. Like, hey, you know what I mean? This motherfucker's just drinking heroin. Basically.
Derek said he met Gilly and got a pic with him at a boxing match. Okay, that's tight.
Yeah, so his son, So Gilly, it's funny because Rollo on the show, he always makes fun of him because like I just saw when they had Adrian Browner on, and Gilly, Philly, bro, like
I met him in person, Adrian Browner, in
oh,
Vegas.
okay.
Yeah.
See, and like Philly, it's that's the culture over there, boxing, obviously, right? And like,
Rocco!
Rollo always makes fun of him. Man, you was a journeyman, man. You were one of them beat 'em up guys that he would spar with. You know what I mean? Like, hey, but his son boxes and all that shit. Like he's he's all in the mix and shit.
Type.
I know, right? It's pretty cool.
I met Adrian Browner. It was funny. This was years ago at this point. Maybe like fuck, I'm even trying to think. It had to be more than 10 years plus. And because man, he was just by himself with some chick, like he was, I mean, not like just first starting off, but one of my homies was like, hey man, there goes Adrian Broner over there. I was like, oh, let's go say what's up. And,
that's hard.
He was there at the $100 craps table, just by himself, just shooting. No one else is even there except for the girl that he was with. And we say what up and wish him good luck because he had a fight coming up, like I want to say within like 2 weeks or something of when that happened. And it was funny, like, okay, you remember how Marlon like gives a handshake to everybody, right? In the Wayans brothers.
Yeah.
Talking around, what's up, baby? How you doing? Grabbing the head and fucking around their head.
Yeah.
Like the first two guys, like I was kind of in the back. The first two guys he says what up to, he does that to them. And and they're a little bit skinnier than me, I guess, man. One was a little bit smaller.
He's yoking him around. Hey, come here, you fucking kid. Good.
But then when it came to me, he just gave me like a regular handshake, It wasn't like trying to throw me around or nothing.
He was like, sir.
Closer into his weight class than the other guys were.
You know what I'm saying? He sized you up real quick. He's like, that motherfucker will bear hug me, and it's a wrap. Hey, look at this Adrian Broner, right? Is he a little dude?
So he's probably like, I mean, you remember how tall I am, right? Like a couple inches above you. He's maybe like around the same height, or maybe like in like tiny inch smaller or something, but like right around that. Yes, he's small because I don't consider myself tall. I'm like 5'8", 5'9".
He be wilding, bro. Like he's like a crazy alcoholic and shit. Like he was saying this on the podcast I was listening to, and he was talking about how like this fool, what's that man's name? Chris Brown. Like he would go partying with Chris Brown and shit. You know what I mean? He's popping that, and like he said, we was in a club and we got the mega bottle of Patron. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he got this homie Daryl with that be rocking with him, and everybody in the boxing community, I guess, knows Daryl or something because Gilly started hella laughing right when he mentioned Daryl. You know, he's like, oh, I fucking Daryl. You know what I mean? But Daryl was like, hey, half of it mine, half of it you. And he's like, okay. And he said, like, they're chilling in the club. You know what I mean? Maybe they took a couple shots. And, he said he's wilding. He's standing on the couch. And then all of a sudden, he just hears the crowd, go, 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 go. And he looks at his boys chugging the Patron. Right? And he drinks half of it. He's like, here.
Fuck.
And he's like, fuck, man. You know what I mean? So Adrian was like, I turned that bitch upside down. You know what I mean? Like, and he said Daryl got arrested. He said Daryl got arrested that night. He got arrested that night. He was like, bro, it was the greatest night of my life. And you know what's funny? I'm dying so hard because I have hella stories like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're like, we're about to get ignorant drunk. And it's about to go down though. It's about to be this shit's about to be hella lit. You know what I mean? Like,
hell yeah.
The Patron always does it too.
Yeah, you ain't lying. And Antonio said, I'd love to see Eminem again, but we know that ain't happening. Yeah, I mean, might be like just a random Coachella, like shit, right? Like, I mean, that's like the last I think he like performed, right? Outside of the Super Bowl.
I mean,
as long as it's the old shit, I don't want to hear him play any of his newer shit though.
You know, it's funny because I actually have some music where I can look back like, 15 years ago type of shit. And then be like, and laugh, you know what I mean? Like, I was corny, or you know what I mean? Fucking hilarious. Or like, right? I bet you when Eminem listens to some of his old shit, and he's just like, ugh. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, like, you know, it'd be like, okay, he's gonna go down as a legend in hip hop, right? But it's like, really the contents of his lyrics was like, funking with pop stars, and you know what I mean? Like that,
funking
with his mom, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
it doesn't age well as far
There you
as
go.
you being like, I don't know, like a timeless rapper, right? Like I'll listen to it and laugh, but like I can't even play it around Noble right now. Like, I mean, I didn't hear that shit until I was 12 or 13, like Noble's 6. Like, so like, I don't know, it's just not something I'm gonna be bumping in the car. And there's too much woman hating shit. So it's like, you know, Vanessa's in the car and it gets to like, you know, too many bitches are talking shit about killing Kim. We gotta change
And the
that
way
shit.
even the way he says bitch is so vicious. Bitch. Just the way he, you know what I mean? The bitch ad lib right there is always, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So it just didn't age well. I still like it. I mean, he's got hella bars, but yeah,
Love Rock Bottom. Love the Mushroom song.
yeah,
Right?
for sure.
Love the I'm shady. Right? I mean I guess the whole LP, I'm not mad at it. Like that shit, because and I never really liked Hi My Name Is. That shit was lame. You know what I mean? But like I just don't give a fuck, all that shit, you know what I mean? Like it had its own sound. That's what was dope, is that like when you listen to like Detroit hip hop from that era, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It was
You know why I could bump Hi My Name Is now after seeing the Defiant ones and hearing the story of how that all like came together and how
it is
like,
pretty cool.
man, I mean that's crazy, right? Like that's just the first beat that he just happens to throw on when Eminem.
You know what's funny too is because I can see Dre's like, I got this new sample I've been working on. Some white boy shit right here.
He said he raps like,
he didn't want to play the soul sample, right? He's like, you know what? And that song, the original song that sample from, song's awesome.
nice.
That's only like a small part of that song too.
Okay. Yeah,
You
he
know,
said
like
that he said no matter what, Eminem, he was like, whatever beat he puts on, he was like, I'm just gonna kill it. And he was like just going through all this shit in his head, just waiting. And then he starts spitting it out. And Dr. Dre was like, hold on, stop. We gotta get you in the booth right now. We're not wasting this.
Yeah. Hi kids, do you like violence? And you know what was dope too is he the gallon Hennessy, that was his, like, you know how like you got prerequisites, so they all, you know what I mean, that early Eminem had to have a gallon of Henny, and then like, you know, he was vocal about it later on, that, you know, all the other type of drugs he was using and shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, definitely Hennessy and that motherfucker.
So here goes Derek sent the picture of him and Gilly. Hold up. There it goes. What boxing match was it at, Derek? Yeah, pretty dope. What else we got here?
Yeah.
Man, Antonio said he saw Eminem and Jay-Z at Yankee Stadium. Fuck.
I remember when they were doing that tour.
Dude, bakes a lot. What the hell, man? This was crazy. I heard about this shit too. Luckily, this isn't anywhere by my house. But he said, "What's going on in Vegas?" And I heard guys had an alien crash or something in the backyard, even police cam footage, and like someone like said it was like something that crashed in their backyard, and they played the fucking the what's it called, the footage of them calling the cops, the dispatcher footage. And they were like, something is in our backyard. It's like 8 or 9 or 10 feet tall, and it's like definitely not human. And like I don't know. I still haven't seen any footage that shows whatever the fuck they're talking about.
Are you aware of I mean, obviously Area 51, right? But you ever heard of Bob Lazard?
The name sounds familiar. I don't.
For sure, because he's like this famous scientist who's like alive and well still, but his claim is that he worked on these crafts, you know what I'm saying? And he said that one of them came from an archaeological dig, right? So this like is old, bro. And then there's other ones that are like supposedly from the Roswell crash, and you know what I mean? But and then they, on these test sites, they fly those motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, it's the craziest shit. You've seen The Faculty, right? Robert Rodriguez is the director. Elijah Wood.
Yeah, and Usher. I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I hate Usher.
He had a small part. I
don't watch anything with him on it.
He had to be the most. It's like he's not even like in the movie. Like that. That's how little he's in the movie.
Well, the fact that he's in it, I'm never watching it.
Well, you need to watch it because
When an Usher song comes on, I change it.
Okay, we got to get you out of that mode because Usher has 3 minutes of screen time in the entire movie. He's
Does he die in it?
Huh?
Does he die in it?
He turns into an alien. So
do they kill him when he's an alien?
No, but not everyone dies as an alien either. But no, it's because he has literally that little of screen time that's why he doesn't die. But it's crazy how it's almost like Drew Barrymore in Scream, where they make it seem like she's got a huge role or a major part in the movie, and she's in there just the first scene.
Hey, you ever notice Drew Barrymore? She has a really big jaw.
Yeah,
really big jaw.
But either way, so in the movie, it's like they're self-aware of pop culture. It's Elijah Wood who's the main guy, and he was like, what if they've been making all these movies, E.T. and just all these movies just to make us think that aliens weren't real, but it's really just to hide in plain sight.
I mean, I'm an alien. I'm sure of it.
Oh, and Antonio said, guess who was on Wednesday? And we didn't really tally who won. I mean, it was,
I think all of mine didn't count because I was dicking everyone around too much.
I definitely know that I had the fastest answer out of anyone. It was pretty obvious though with Guccini picking JT as a fade. So that one was just really, really easy. But I did get it super fast.
I like it though when Guccini gets to explain his joints.
Yeah,
because that's when you be killing it, bruh. That shit was 23 in the league, bruh. Like what word? You know what I mean? You start dropping some straight facts. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's why I don't like JT.
They don't kill Usher, Bogey ain't watching the movie.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, bruh.
No, Antonio, no drafts tonight. We got Shutter Island and the Silver Screen Breakdown going down tonight. It's gonna get real trippy. Be real trippy tonight. And Marco said, I always knew Independence Day was based on a true story. How come? Okay, here's the thing that I don't get. Okay, all these movies, if it's not real, how come they all have the same backstory for aliens? That they came down and they touched down in New York, and it's it's always at Queens or some shit like that, and at some fairground, and it happened in the 60s or some shit like that. But there's too many backstories where it's the same thing.
I mean, it goes all the way back to Prometheus and Bob. You know what I'm saying? You remember Kablam on Nickelodeon?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they used to have a skit, Prometheus and Bob. It was clay animation, but it was the oldest time story where there's the caveman and the UFO comes out and it starts lacing him up with shit. You feel me?
Okay.
Teaching him shit. And by definition, that is something you can consider divine intervention, right? Yeah. Imagine aliens could be I don't know, trillions of years ahead of us, evolved humans, right? And when if you're going in the fucking 1800s or 1500s or some shit like that, when a motherfucker comes out of the sky, bro, you think that's God, bro. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and what if they're?
I mean, nowadays we'll be like, "Hey, it looks like a UFO." You know, they didn't know what a UFO was, bro. They just think the motherfucker, this is God, bro.
We have no idea how advanced they could be. And I like the South Park and see an office that aliens are real. If they wanted to, they could destroy our planet in 2 seconds. I like the South Park explanation. And in South Park, they show them going up into outer space, and they find out that Earth is a reality TV show.
And they just watch us.
Yeah. But they said it's starting to get lame though. And they were going to cancel the show.
So they
so in this outer space, it's
if you think about all the UFO sightings started popping up ever since we dropped the atomic bomb. So imagine that, if they're just watching us and caring for us from afar. You know what I mean? They have to start popping up and watching us now because they're yo, they figured out how to split the atom. You know what I mean? Hey, hey, remember that experiment we made? Yeah, they figured out how to make the atomic bomb. Sure. I mean, you know what I mean? They could destroy themselves now. You know what I'm saying?
It's Ricky said, people seem to have AJ Brown over Garrett Wilson. Am I crazy for thinking Garrett Wilson over AJ Brown? I think it's a subjective argument, but I still have AJ Brown over
I'll
Wilson.
take AJ Brown over him.
It's close.
We're talking redraft. We're talking redraft easy.
Yeah.
I mean, AJ Brown could threaten.
Even dynasty, super close though. I mean, they're super close in age. So I mean,
AJ Brown is the type of player that can finish 1 overall at the position. So can Garrett Wilson. But I'm just saying, like I think someone like an AJ Brown who's already got close before. That's who I'd put my money on. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I even think I love that Aaron Rodgers is throwing Garrett Wilson the ball. But I mean, is it more likely he has a better season? Does he have a better season than last year? You know what I mean? Like,
I think he has a better season, but yeah, I mean, AJ Brown, who's to say he doesn't have a better season? Second year with the second year in the same regime, second year with your new quarterback, you know. I'm still on the AJ Brown train. I was on it last year, like really heavy, and I'm not getting off of it. Like one person who I have been taking higher than AJ Brown in some of these best balls, and maybe it's because I have AJ Brown in a few more of them already. Tyreek Hill, though, he's getting real bold. He said he's coming out and he's coming for Megatron's 2012 record because not even Cooper Kupp passed that up.
Little Tron, Tiny Tron, Cheetah-tron.
But I like that, man.
The Mega Cheetah.
Tyreek Hill's all about setting these goals, and we see him, man, with these 200-yard games, and people just cannot catch him. Wait. It's Ricky said, I'm worried about AJ Brown's body frame. They typically don't last. He is fucking yoked.
I mean, I would be more concerned with how physical he plays because of his size, right? Like he hurts himself. You know what I mean? Like he's that type of physical. He's like, it's like Debo-esque. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I mean, he's not a burner necessarily, even though he's got some wheels. But yeah, he's going across the middle. He's going heads up with some of these guys, and yeah, because I don't think he's never had hamstring injuries, right? Hasn't always been other.
It's always been. Well, I think it was like to start his career, it was always
Tyreek Hill is a bust. And we just can't hang around people.
And then he's the #1 receiver. What a fucking idiot, man. Like, what a dumbass guy. His name's Tyrant, by the way, y'all.
I
terrible.
I drafted TJ Hawkinson, but I wanted Elijah Moore. Now I'm going to quit the league because someone else got Elijah Moore.
And then TJ Hawkinson was actually the right play.
I hated TJ Hawkinson at the time that he drafted him. But, I mean, I was rooting for him to do better than Elijah Moore just so we could make fun of him. Yeah. He did way better, like leaps and bounds and head and shoulders and way better than Elijah Moore. Sorry, Antonio, because you're the one that drafted Elijah Moore. We should have just let him have it.
Nah. It was funny the way it happened.
It's Ricky. What up, bro? He said, yeah, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Well, yeah.
I mean,
what's his body type? It's not like he's like 6'6", like, you know, like it's not.
Yeah, it's not like he's Megatron. Where like coming down with the football on your own weight already over and over again. You know, Julio was like that.
Yes, he's 6'1", 226. I mean, he's just yoked. Like,
solid.
I mean,
that's like he's like, you know, I always said he was like new Anquan Bolden. That's how I viewed him.
Yeah,
because he's violent. He got these crazy mitts. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna catch the ball, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's a hand catcher. You know what I'm saying? I know that sounds stupid because he's a receiver, but you know some receivers don't.
Nah, a lot of receivers catch with. Well, maybe not a lot, but how about the one when we find out?
Gordon is awesome with his hands.
Right? When we say when someone catches with their body, it just automatically downgrades them to me as a receiver.
I mean, that's Quentin Johnston's. That's his knock, right?
That's why I downgraded him like right away amongst
right when they said that. Oh, he has trouble. He has bad hands. He's a body catcher. Like,
I don't know if I want him now.
But you know, that's fixable. That's the thing. That's why, you know, that's coachable. That's what they say, right? It's
I
coachable.
mean, he better
I'll
catch
just throw a
1,000
brick at
balls
him
this
every time he
offseason.
walks into the locker room. You better expect that brick's flying at you.
Yeah.
You better catch that brick.
I mean, if Aaron Donald's got people like coming at him with knives, you know, and shit like that, you better get creative with some type of drill that you're gonna do to get this motherfucker to catch. And Office said, dude quit over Elijah Moore. It was the funniest shit that ever happened. Like, we're all blowing him up. Well, at least in the sleeper chat, but I had his numbers. I'm like,
and he's talking a gang of shit too, like talking shit about people's picks. Like they would make a pick and he would talk shit or try to give some fantasy info. Like, you know what I mean? It was like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like I already was shitting on this guy at that point, so yeah. I wasn't even. And he had me blocked too, so it was like, you know what I mean? It was funny because at one point, I think it might have even been Antonio. Someone screenshot me what he was saying. He was like, "Oh, Bogey's probably talking shit. Someone let him know I blocked him." And it's like, you sound like a bitch, like when you admit that. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
He's a fucking scrub. So yeah, he quit over Elijah Moore, and it was, you know, it was actually for the best because he wasn't.
And he said Tyreek Hill would be a bust.
Yeah. Yeah, the two guys who he was fading more than anybody last year was Tyreek Hill and AJ Brown. Like those were like his huge fades of the year last year.
Dummy.
Marty said all receivers should practice without gloves. Yeah, I mean, well, I guess that's what's tough is because, well, then you might as well play without gloves. I mean, at that point, but I guess I don't know how that works with the familiarity of doing something like that.
You know what's crazy is sometimes the gloves too, like give away shit. Like I remember Antonio Brown, he used to do this thing where he would adjust his glove, like fuck with it, and it was like, oh, it was almost like there was like a certain route he was about to run or something. You know what I mean? Like it was like it just seemed like it was a tell. You know what I mean? I can never figure it out, but I was always like,
Crispy said, I'm still waiting on that OnlyFans link, asking for a friend.
You don't want to get a load of her.
Mama had an OnlyFans, and he tried to act like it was like someone random who had the OnlyFans. Like, I got this OnlyFans girl, and she like shouts me out from time to time, and then we find out that it's like his baby's mama, you know, and he's just been like trying to be like,
yeah, and they lived together in their mom's basement or mom's house or some shit, whatever the fuck.
And he thought it was funny, like on his birthday, like, come here, beer wench. And
yeah,
like holding his daughter.
Beer wench.
Holding their daughter and shit. Like, it was fucking awkward.
Yeah, like, damn, man.
Very fucking awkward.
I mean, you know, he's 40 years old, lives at the hut. And I remember I spoke about, I'd be like, hey, you know what, bro? You hella look like somebody that had opiate addictions. And he'd be like, oh, now I'm a drug addict. He would try to get all high and mighty. Yeah, you're a drug addict.
Just because I'm 40 years old and my mom planned a birthday party for me that was themed around the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I was getting out of it. Yeah, I was like, don't talk like, bro, get the fuck out of here. Oh, you think you're some kind of gangster? I was like, bitch, shut the fuck up.
He was wearing his fucking his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle onesie. That's just all I imagine that's what people were.
He really was though. I remember I said, hey, look, bro. I said, hey, man, you should say those shit he takes. I said, you should say those shit he takes as Gandalf, bro. So at least it's entertaining. And then you know, okay, tyrant, if that is your real voice.
Oh man,
bro, that shit.
Office said, Jesus said, you really get to see some adults meltdowns when you play fantasy football with randos. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like,
I've spazzed out several times myself. Shit.
I made a trade that was so well, good for me, I guess, but bad for other people. That it turned the guy completely racist. Like, yeah, he'd been around for a couple years, and like I mean, I never took him to be a racist, but you just never know. These folks who live.
Yeah, I remember that. That was last year.
Yeah. So we had to kick him out, but that was a meltdown. And I don't know if he was taking the same, pills that Rosie O'Donnell was taking, but she blamed, she blamed the tweets on. I don't even know what she was.
Roseanne. You mean Roseanne?
Oh yeah, Roseanne.
Yeah, she
What
said it was on Ambien.
yeah. And Ambien fucking tweeted one of the side effects of Ambien is not racism.
I mean, what's funny is like she was, it's like is one of the side effects letting your inhibitions go though? Because it sure seemed like she did that. You know what I mean?
What up, chaotic? Hell yeah. And Marty said, I love fantasy. I love money, but I'll never freak out over fantasy football. Yeah, sometimes people take it a little bit too seriously. You're supposed to take it serious, but I guess, yeah, when it comes to like someone turning.
Hey, listen, bro, I'll shoot somebody over this shit. Fuck the dumb shit. We going to war. You feel me?
Oh man! All right. Well, how about we get back into the news? And one piece of some sound bites that I got from George Kittle, or at least some headlines, a quote that got taken out of either his press conference or a podcast or something. He starts it off with, "I'm not going to lie to you guys." Someone says that, I assume that it's always like a lie right after that. He said, Trey Lance looked significantly better than he did last year, which I would hope so. But I just when someone says I don't, I'm not going to lie or anything.
Hey, but here's the thing, though. That you could also read into it as in, man, he was really shitty before.
Oh, yeah.
Because now he significantly looks better.
I mean, it's his third year going into the league. You go start working with Mahomes and stuff. I mean, I would hope you take
just shave the head, all right?
He's got to, man. Like, that's a horrible hairline. Like that's way too much stress.
Take it down, bro. He probably look like a badass.
Or just wear a do-rag or something, man. Like put a Scully cap on or anything to cover up that.
You know what?
Hairline.
Throw all the hair out on the sides and then wear a do-rag like Hogan. Everybody knows Hogan's bald over there. Yeah. When it comes crashing down and it hurts
inside. But so I thought that was, I mean, what are they supposed to say, right? Let's see. We got for Hard Knocks. There's going to be four teams are being are like on the brink right now for being chosen. The Jets, the Bears, the Saints, the Commandos. I really hope that it's the Jets. It would be super cool to see it, but I doubt it. I doubt that it will be.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers, man, he's just in a good ass mood these days, huh?
Yeah, for sure. It's funny. Like he was like laughing at the press conference because they were like, remember we talked about this months ago before Aaron Rodgers was even mentioned. But they asked at the press conference, they asked Zach Wilson, if the team says that they're going to sign X, Y, and Z quarterback, like what are you going to do?
I'm going to make your life a living hell.
Yeah, and then it even extends where he's like, I'm going to compete every day, and it's going to be good for, just players getting better.
I'm going to fuck his mom. I'm going to fuck his aunts. Anybody that has children in his family that's a MILF, I'm fucking them.
And they asked Aaron Rodgers, I think it was yesterday, has Zach Wilson been making your life a living hell so far? And he said, no. He said, Zach Wilson's actually been kind of nice.
And he's I'll tell you this much. I had sex with Zach Wilson's mom.
Yeah, man.
Beat you to the punch, kid.
That's what's different. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, your mom was a fan of mine.
Aaron Rodgers is single and ready to mingle, right? Like out in New York. Like, hell yeah, man.
Hey, he told Zach Wilson, he said, listen, I'll allow you to take my name when I marry your mom. Zach Rodgers. I'm ready. Call me Pappy.
That's fucking hilarious. Marco says he thinks it's going to be the Saints on Hard Knocks.
Yeah. I mean, everybody knows that. We all love seeing Derek Carr prepare for mediocrity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Derek Carr puts the media in mediocrity. There it is. His brother too. Those damn cars.
Oh man, here's some ugly news. DeAndre Hopkins is set to visit the New England Patriots next week.
Let's go.
I don't
Hey, you got more Mac Jones than I do. I got one share of
It
Mac
would be
Jones, and
good
we
for
like
Mac
this
Jones.
news.
It would be good for Mac Jones. I don't know how I'd feel about it for Hopkins, and even that, like, how much is he going to throw?
I
Either
didn't
way,
say it would be
Bill
great for
Belichick.
Hopkins. I didn't say
No,
it would be great for
well,
Hopkins.
I mean, either way, like it'd be good for Mac Jones. I mean, them having an offensive coordinator is a big improvement for Mac Jones. But yeah, that I don't know. I don't know how I think about it. I don't know what to think.
You know
I think we're
what?
kind of stuck. I want Hopkins to go somewhere where he can get more than Mac Jones.
I think if you're New England, you should be looking across your division like, I need to get weaponry, bruh.
Fuck yeah.
You feel me?
They're about to be last in the division, right? Like Miami. Fucking, I mean, at least the Bills have Diggs. And who's the other fucking team over there that I'm spacing on?
There's the Jets, the
Jets.
Bills.
Fuck, man. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Jets, Bills, Patriots, Dolphins, right? Fucking, they got, I mean,
how many times
they
have
even let him go to Jacoby Myers. My baloney has a first name. Even that, you hurt
Yeah.
them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
they need to bring in somebody. Well,
yeah.
I mean, that's why, like,
Taekwon Thornton's really going to be that dude.
Taekwondo Thornton?
Man, I hope that that's one of the reasons why.
He's new Will Fuller. He's gonna be in the same offense as Will Fuller, and that's his archetype, right? Am I saying the right word? That's the type of player comp he is, a Taekwondo Thornton to a Will Fuller. Fuller, excuse me.
I wonder if that's one of the reasons why they didn't go out there and, target more wide receivers. What up, Chill?
Then they'll just bring in the actual Will Fuller and Nuke.
Yeah. 1 year removed from all of his shit. And Chill said, which QB week one matchup? I don't have a pencil, bud. You left a pen over there on the stairs. And Chill said, which QB matchup you like week one? Russ versus Vegas or Goff versus KC? I mean, the Goff versus KC, man, of course. Like, man, KC's going to run it up. And Goff's going to have to keep up. Or in Arizona, was that Arizona or Stroud? Or who? Howell? Oh, Howell at Arizona. Okay. Yeah, it's got to be Goff, man, versus KC. Like, I mean, how many times do we not want the guy opposite of Patrick Mahomes?
I mean, plus Jared Goff is like respectable for fantasies and to get it done. I mean, you definitely got to worry about them running it in when they're down there though and taking it away from Goff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Outside of that, because they're scrappy as fuck, and I feel like they start games hella slow, so they're always playing from behind. You know what I mean?
And their defense. I mean, I know they took some steps up here and there, but they still did lose Okuda. And I know some people were talking shit about Okuda, but without him, it's still going to be different.
Yeah.
And KC, their defense didn't take any steps up.
I mean, it's the second year. Hayden Hutchinson, Jack Campbell now. You know what I mean? To add to that linebacker core, he's obviously the best linebacker.
Hutchinson.
Yeah, I mean, who else do they got rushing the passer for? Huh?
Yeah, let me go check.
I mean, was that Hughes? Is that the guy's name? Hughes or Barnes? No, Hughes. Is that his name?
Aquara is out there. Yeah, he was hurt. I don't even know who the hell their interior is. Alim McNeil and their other interior, Isaiah Buggs. I don't even know who. I mean, Aquara, like, man, I mean, it's been years since he was like.
He's been a guy.
Yeah, like even anything close to a guy's been hurt. So
giving up the booty.
Yeah, like that's one thing. Like you can't like stop the passing game if you cannot get to the QB. And like Aiden Hutchinson, even if he takes a step up.
And that left side don't go. I will say the left side don't got Orlando Brown no more. So it's like they're Hayden Hutchinson all day is gonna whoever the fuck that left tackle is gonna have a long day. You know what I mean?
So he had 9.5 sacks last year, and I didn't even think that he had that much.
And he had a pick.
You can even double that, and it's still not going to make a difference to like them actually stopping the pass, at all.
Well, I mean, if you get to play with any kind of lead, they're nonstop team that get off, right?
For sure.
But like, yeah, there lies the problem. Can you play with leads here? You feel me? Like, I mean, it's funny because I like watching Detroit. They're just because they're entertaining, bro. And you know what I'm saying, we actually have fantasy viable pieces over there. But the one thing is like, in reality, I know what heartache is like. Like, you know what I mean? Where like I remember my Niners back in 2017, that first year with Shanahan, we damn near lost every game except for except for the fact that every game we lost was like by a possession or less. You know what I mean? Like a field goal or a fuck. You know what I mean? It was like, and it's like, oh, okay, we might got something. You know what I mean?
And the Lions were like in all those games, like seemed like it was like a possession or less that they were losing.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It reminds me, you know what I mean? Like, so you know what I mean? They really hungry. You know what I mean? Like, and then you got to start off the year. Like, at least they have an entire offseason to game plan for Mahomes and them. You know what I mean? Because this is the first game fresh off the Super Bowl champs, bro. They're gonna drop the banners. They're gonna, you know what I mean? All this shit. And they on the road in KC. It's rough territory. Fucking Arrowhead, loudest stadium, literally like world's Guinness World Book of Records type of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna be some shit. Let's go, St. Brown.
Hell yeah.
I got a lot of St. Browns, bro.
St. Brown is gonna kill it again. It's nuts. The Lions only lost 3 games by 10 points or more.
See what I'm saying?
That's
the type of positive. That's positive regression coming for sure.
It was the Patriots, the Cowboys, and the Panthers. Those were the 3 teams that beat them by more than 10 points.
Because Goffel on the road in New England, and it's Goffel. They're like, you know, he pulled out the Jared Goff book.
Yeah, I mean, they got skunked in that game. They didn't score anything.
Yeah, I mean, they took away St. Brown. I think St. Brown got hurt even in that game.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, it might have been, huh?
Yeah, because there was a stretch.
He came back and like got
and then aggravated his ankle or whatever the fuck it was. Maybe it was one of those.
No, it was concussion protocol and like.
Oh, there you go. So he left
on the first play of the game. I'm pretty sure it was.
Bong. Got blasted. I mean, they were gonna. That was the game plan, right? Erase him. They literally did that, and then Goffel was just all bad. But what was it? I remember that.
Antonio, that's my only St. Brown trade. I drunk traded away. I got Diggs for St. Brown and the 112. Yeah, to get his stack. That was good.
I wonder who he got with that 112.
Very interesting, right? Could have been like a Kincaid or a running back. Maybe even a wide receiver, just probably not one of the first, not one of the top 4 guys.
I mean, there's a good chance he was able to get like a Zay Flowers and stuff. Like,
oh no! See, I think he probably wouldn't be able to get a guy like Zay Flowers. I think all the top 4 wide receivers, I think, were gone. Would have been gone by then.
4 plus the 3 QBs, right? So 4, 7. Yeah, you're right. And then the 2 running backs, so 9. So it's like, yeah. That sucks being at that range this year. Actually, you know what I did? I took a lot of Chase Brown there. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna take Chase Brown. Like, you know what I mean? Just
I took Charbonnet in a few. I took Kincaid, I know, in 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's ugly. The 10, 11, and 12. I mean, even the 9 a lot of times was ugly, kind of just depended on how it fell. But 10, 11, and 12. Like it's not the same as getting like a top 7, top 8. Antonio. Okay, so. Oh, he got Diggs for St. Brown and a 112.
Oh, that's what it was.
Okay, and he said Dad took Levi's at 112. Okay, go
Levi's.
Let's see. Let's get back to the news here. Okay, the Bears front office. Wait, hold on. Okay, so Jaquan Brisker was named a breakout player to watch by the NFL front office executives.
So they're just hella late. Like you told people like a year ago.
Well, yeah,
like,
these are all casual. You know, these are all.
And I mean, I think I got him in like 18 and 19. I think.
I'm
I'm pretty fucking juiced about it. There was one where like I remember I was hella high. I got on the clock and just real fast. I'm like, oh, I need DB here. Hugh Fanga, right? Because then like I'm like, oh fuck, because the next person takes Brisker. I'm like, damn it. I didn't stop and think, you know what I mean? And then I made sure I made sure I fucking reached up for Brisker, like 10th round type of shit. Like I'm getting him right here.
It's nuts that amongst our circle, he's getting drafted as a top 5 safety, and I'm curious, like, is everyone
as one? Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, plus, like, look, okay, maybe where we're fucking up is like some of the old guys, right? Because it's also his dynasty, right? I'm talking about these startups, right? Some of the old guys, like, you know, they're all due for bounce backs. Buda Baker, you know, Derwin James is still going in crazy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And then dare I say Jamal Adams, right? Like if these guys are just healthy, you know what I mean? They're going to be values because they're not being drafted up dummy ass high like the last couple of years. And those guys aren't even the guys anymore, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Compared to for recency bias, right? Like,
yeah, let's see here. Khalil Herbert getting a bunch of first team reps at OTAs.
I'm glad. I'm glad in 14, because I kept trying to just use him as a throw-in, and no one wanted him, bro. I made all the trades I made and still have Herbert. I'm like, all right, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like he's someone who, like, I don't know. We need to see like a big clip of him like doing something, or like
you know me. You're the one that actually tempered my expectations on him because I was always big on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like when he's going, because he only think about this though. Last year, before last year, all we had was like a 4-game sample size of Herbert. You know what I mean?
Right.
But and Herbert was getting all the work because Monty was hurt.
Right.
You know, he's gonna be in a rotation, whether he's the lead or not. It's not. He's just not gonna get 20 touches like he did. You know what I mean? Because those games that back in 2021, that was the games I'm referencing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because Fields, he's not going to be at that level where I think Lamar and Hurts are going to be right now, where they're probably going to decline in their rushing attempts, or I mean, at least how about average rushing attempts for Lamar because he didn't play the whole year last year. But that's what I feel about those guys. You get the big ass bag and you're putting weapons around them. You know, like you're just going to have them throwing more than they did in the past. I don't think that's Justin Fields yet, though. But he's really, really, really got to take a step up as a passer. But if he takes a big step,
if I'm a coach, you know what I'm telling this motherfucker all the time? Everybody's running out the tunnel, and then I slow down and I just kind of grab him. Hey, you better run your ass off if you want to get it back, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, you want that bag, right? I was just always remind him about the bag. Hey, that throw right there. I see you. That throw looks like a motherfucker that wants his bag. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, you know what I mean? When you don't got the money right now, you got to be, you're supposed to look like you're hungry on there. You feel me? You're supposed to, you know what I mean? Like, look, he ran for 1,000 hours like he was starving, bro. He ran for 1,000 hours like it was nothing, huh?
Yeah.
He really ran for 1,000 hours like it was nothing.
Yeah, because he missed games. And, I mean, it was, a couple games where it was like 150 plus, like, on the ground. And, I mean, I guess that's what's crazy because when you're averaging, I mean, I don't even know what he was averaging, but, I mean, shit. I mean, at high, like, close to 10, you know, like, getting, like, 15 plus carries and averaging close to 10 yards a clip and shit. It's like, fuck, you know, he's gashing out there.
There'd be like the play breaks, the pocket collapses. Now he's running and he runs all the way to the other side, then he just breaks away. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Where it was like it'd be like a 15-yard run, but he ran around like, you know, they tally up the yards. He ran around for 60 yards.
I even shortchanged him. He was over 11 yards a carry.
Damn, bro. That motherfucker. I'm trying to tell you, like.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
He's not paid yet, bro.
I fucked up. It was 7 yards a carry is what he was at.
He needs to put his body on line. But you know what, though? That's probably the best average in the league.
It is, yeah.
Out of all the running backs, everything, bro. That's got to be the best.
7.1, yeah, it was the best. He led the league.
The best of the best of the best, sir. With honors.
with honors. I have that pulled. I have that pulled up to remind myself to download it and get it. We're gonna. And okay, so Chill said, who do you guys like in Superflex in the second round that aren't QBs? Starts off with guys like CMC, CD, Garrett Wilson. I mean, shit, yeah. If you can
In
get
that order,
I mean, yeah.
Kelsey
I mean, well,
maybe too.
I'm
Kelsey.
taking. Yeah, Kelsey. If it's tight, well, no. If you have a tight end spot or it's tight end premium, either one of those. And I'm still taking. And he said Garrett and Saquon.
I mean, I like AJ Brown there. I like
Tyreek.
I like Tyreek there. I mean, in that round, you're gravy boat. But also, I would also pay attention to how the QBs are coming off the board, because if everybody's going skill and I get a chance to snatch up like two of the top, someone I think is like top 8 or top 10 at minimum, right, at the position, then I'm okay with this next tier. You know what I mean, at receiver or running back. I especially love that next tier of running back. Me, I'm fucking with all the Joe Mixon, Damian Pierce, fucking Brian Robinson, Pacheco, like that chunk right there. I'm fucking with all them. You know what I mean? So I'm okay if waiting. You know what I'm saying? And because obviously the receivers to me, you know what I'm saying, that's a priority if we're not going to get Kelsey. It's like Kelsey or whatever high-end receiver. You know what I mean? Whether it's and I'll go CD. Now I'll go Tyreek, CD. I like that Tyreek thing that he was saying, so I'm gonna put him up now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's taking a bump above.
Saying, let's go. Right? I like you talking that shit. I'll go Tyreek the Freak. Yeah, Tyreek the Freak, lamb chops. You know what I'm saying? Garrett Wilson and or AJ Brown. I guess they're interchangeable for me right there. You know what I mean? And then and then you know what I'm saying? Because also I'm not mad at if I gotta wait another round, like I'm just boom, bam, Higgins or Waddle. You know what I mean? Like that third round is that third round's nasty too. It's really you just gotta watch how these QBs are coming up, because that's really what's gonna dictate that first 3 rounds for real. You know what I mean?
Know your scoring. You got to know your scoring as well. If it's the old school, the QB's getting 25 yards per point and 4 points per touchdown and all that. Maybe I'm not taking the QBs that high. But if it is, if it's higher than that or whatever, 6 points per touchdown, I feel like you got to go with one QB in there, and then it all depends on PPR. Because
I like to. It's funny because Steamboat, he was like, we gotta nerf the QBs. That's always his argument. So it's 5-point passing. And I'm like, no, fuck that shit. Because then I'm like, then the argument is like, well, you have to grab early QB if you want your QBs, because other people are gonna grab them early. No matter.
Oh, you mean like real life, like the way that it would happen,
it doesn't matter. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm like. So I don't play them in those leagues. I just snatch them off 1 and 2. I usually do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because it's a 4.
QBs are the most. I'm gonna say it. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. QBs are the most important position in all of sports. They should be very, very, very important in fantasy football as well. And the old school doesn't make them important. And only playing one when there's 10 or 12 teams doesn't make them important either.
And stop with the whole. Everybody needs to stop with the whole. They don't even play 2 QBs in real life, bro. Man, just the fuck up.
There's not only 12
you don't want to play Superflex
either.
Just because you don't want to play a goddamn Superflex.
Yeah, and there's only and if it's only 10 or 12 teams, there's not only 10 or 12 starting QBs in the NFL either.
And I'll never be in a fucking 10-team Superflex. I just can't. Come on. You know what I mean?
The only 10 teamers that we have are the 3 QB leagues, where you really got to step your bars up in those 3 QB leagues, 2 QB plus a super flex, and then the vampire leagues where the vampire doesn't draft. So that's that's really the only single QB league.
1 point. 1 point for every 15 passing yards is the shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because also. It helps the pocket passer QBs combat the rushing QBs. You know what I'm saying? Because You feel me? It's just it's juiced. You feel me?
Yeah, it shouldn't be that like it's crazy because it almost works backwards, right? Like who's the guys who's not valued in the NFL at the QB position? Mobile QBs, yet they're like the most important in like the old school fantasy football shit with the 25 yards per point and all that shit.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
like,
crazy how it's kind of just working super ass backwards there.
I mean, because they had it 4 points. Most leagues had 4 points per. Like, you know what I mean? The first league I ever was in was 6 points. You know what I mean? And then like down the stretch when I would join other people's leagues here and there, and it'd be like 4, and I'd have to like be the guy like, yo, we should like. I remember one time I joined the league and it was decimal scoring. I mean, non-decimal scoring. I said, what the fuck is this, dude? You know what I mean? I wouldn't have joined this.
We're gonna have a shitload of ties.
It was 100. Listen, we got to change because I lobbied like a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, bro, just fucking get out of the Stone Age. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and it's like literally just clicking a button. Like at that point, like just fucking.
Yeah. I'm like, yo. I'm like, what in the fuck? For real? I'm like, what?
Yeah, because we've had ties with
but check this out.
and still had random ties with the decimal scoring. So like,
And I was just about to say that. So this league, it's there. This league had been long going for a minute because my boy brought me in, and it's like his family league. And I know most of the people that was in it, like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I was talking hella shit, right? Like, damn, y'all never played. And then they still had a tie that year. You know what I mean? Because first I was bagging, I was like, y'all probably had hella ties. And then they're all laughing like, yeah, it's happened more than once. Like, of course it has happened because like matches be close. And if there's no decimals, motherfuckers is tied. That's bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That'd be like, you feel me? Like how many times do people lose a lesson? You hear all the stories week in, week out. We play in so many leagues. We see it. It's happened to us. We like lose less than a point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those leagues, this is a tie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You do not want that shit to happen.
That's just whack.
Annoying.
That's just fucking whack. But yeah, man, and then ironically, the commissioner that was the one guy who didn't want to do it, and then this dude, he's the one that got a tie. You know what I mean? With somebody.
Funny how that works out, right?
And he went on to win it too, a little bit.
Oh shit. Wild.
Right?
Some of this happens. And Chaotic said, "You'd be so proud, Alex. I'm in a draft right now, and I resisted all my biological urges to reach and grab Kirk at the 6'12". Yeah, I mean,
yeah, and then you'll be happy when you're able to get him, like, you know, a couple rounds later, even. You know what I mean? Or
yeah,
maybe
like, if you can't get Ridley with the 6'12", like I'm not getting Kirk. Like, I mean, he's going to regress. That, you know, he's probably not going to be a top 12 wide receiver this year.
If Calvin Ridley becomes the one who's predominantly in the slot, he's going to eat more. That's just a Trevor Lawrence trait going all the way back to college, that he just favors that slot receiver. You know what I mean?
And isn't that kind of Doug Peterson too?
That's kind of like you think of guys like Nelson Aguilar or guys like fucking and I'm saying this because these are shitty guys, but who's the other guy? Paris Campbell, and who was the other guy in Indy? I mean, not in Indy. He went to Indy from Pascal. Like, these motherfuckers just had like 6 touchdowns. You know what I mean? Like, because that's part of their
that's all it is. Chaotic. Not that he's not. She said, "Be kind." It's not that he's not worth drafting, but just don't draft him as as thinking he's going to be a top 12 like he was last year. He's more likely to be a wide receiver 2 than a wide receiver 1 this year. Still good. Like, if T-Law throws for 5,000 yards, I mean, shit, he could be top 5. They might support 2 top 15 guys. I mean, we saw 2 pairs of top 12 guys last year. So it's not that it can't happen. It's just I'd rather get the guy at the value and he outproduces, the draft capital versus drafting him.
Yeah, because then he'll definitely be playing more out wide. And like, I mean, going back to his time with Arizona, he was never the greatest out wide, bro. Like, you know what I mean? He's a slot guy. Christian Kirk. You know what I mean? But he has speed that you could play him on the outside. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then there's Evan Ingram, and they do run a ton of like where it's like double slot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So have Evan Ingram and then whatever receiver on the other side.
And Antonio says, "It better to trade Pesos or Fields to get Hurts? Might have to give up less with Fields." Well, yeah. I mean, Yeah, if you trade Fields, I mean, way higher valued right now. I feel like in most opinions than Pesos.
Yeah, I think Pace. I think Fields will get it done for you, and ultimately,
Have to be a Fields +1, right?
yeah. I mean, and like I think, call me crazy, but I feel like Hurts, Danny Dumbass is safer than Hurts Fields. Hurts Fields has way more upside, but now you got two guys, and one of them is solely based on his legs right now on paper, and
Yeah.
that's hella risky. You know what I mean? Like
Danny Pesos, as much as I don't like him, like
and he run too.
he got a contract, and Fields doesn't have that contract yet. So for like dynasty, I mean, I'm hoping nothing goes wrong with him, but he's the type of guy you get hurt, and then it turns into a Lamar, kind of situation that he had going on.
And for the cost, I just view it as like, I mean, look, I'm always trying to have
Yeah,
two.
and he's got Josh Allen, so he's trying to pair up Hurts and Allen. Like, that'd be nasty.
See what I'm saying?
Which league is that one in, Antonio? He's trying to get real nasty over there.
I like that. Get spicy. You know what I'm saying? It's that time of year. You gotta start looking at your teams and start, you know what I mean, tying up a little bit of loose ends here and there. You gotta get ready for this war. We're 89 days away.
90 days away.
90 days away. No, it was 90 yesterday, right?
No, it was 90 this morning.
Oh shit, that's right. I was here. Oh, I'm wearing a different hat. That's what it is.
And Chill said, "What's the word on Rashawn Johnson?" I mean, it's gonna be. I feel like. I mean, he's I guess the number 3, right? I feel like Foreman's gonna be like ahead of him, like right now. But we all think that he's gonna get in the mix. But it's gonna be.
And I'll be right back.
Okay, it'll be with like injury, like if he's gonna get, in there in the mix like that. And he says he's getting any second team or first team reps. I haven't heard about him. Oh, he said not a hustler league. Okay. Oh, a league with pops. Oh, get stacked over there. And he said I got Allen, but I wanted Pesos plus Walker. I ain't giving up Paul. Yeah. You gotta keep your guy. And let's see. Okay, Joey Porter Jr. Let's get back to the news. Expected to be on the field early and often as the regular season gets underway. I mean, he's going to be a dude that's coming out like Patrick Surtain, on the field a lot and making an immediate impact. Let's see. Crazy. Raiders could add Carson Wentz as an alternative if Jimmy G's foot takes longer than expected to heal. We shall see. Bryce Young taking all the first team reps this week. That's a good sign for him, especially for starting right away. Let's see how long he keeps taking the first team reps. Because if he takes it for a couple weeks in a row, it's just his at that point. Let's see. Cortland Sutton stated Friday that he has studied Michael Thomas and Sean Payton's offense and is focusing on implementing that in his game. That would be pretty sweet, man. We want Cortland Sutton to take a step up. That is for sure. That would be very nice. Sean Payton also stated yesterday that he is very pleased with Javonte Williams' rehab. I hope that's not coach speak. And this is also pretty funny. Sean Payton, I wonder if this was after hitting the bong. Sean Payton said that Jerry Jeudy has extremely loose hips, and that was a quote, and is very explosive. It's got the start wiggling my hips. That's all I thought of when I read that, but that is funny. Sean Payton's high ass over there. And let's see, Jameson Williams. So even though he's suspended for the first 6 games, he's able to be out there at OTAs, and he said that he's been standing out this week, as he should. We can't wait for him to come back. And Antonio said, I heard Lamar's got some nice balls. We talked about that a couple days ago. Mark Andrews came out and said, Lamar Jackson, he's got some nice balls, and he can't wait for him to throw them at him more. super, super funny. These guys are fucking goofy. And these guys are fucking goofy. That's all I could say about that. All right, let's see. What else we got here? Yeah, might be it. Gibbs stated on Thursday afternoon that he loves how the team has used him in different areas on the field. He added that Jared Goff has communicated with him early about how he wants to run routes and plays, and that has helped with their chemistry early. Man, Gibbs, like I don't even like how much higher can he go when it comes to these drafts? Because he's already being drafted hella high, right now. And Chill says, shout out to Peyton's high ass over there. Exactly right. Oh man. Let's see. The Raiders have put Hunter Renfrow on the trading block, but has not really been receiving any interest from any teams. Let's see. Reggie Bush is reportedly leaving Fox Sports as well. I wonder where him and Shannon are going to go. I wonder if they're going anywhere related to each other as well. Let's see. Very, very uneventful, but the Rams have signed Demarcus Robinson, getting another wide receiver over there. And Brandon Smith signed with the Arizona Cardinals. Not even sure who the hell that is, but that is the end of the news for today. And Marco said Jones has nudes of John Mara, and so that's the only explanation for his contract. All right, we're going to smoke this bowl, and then we're going to get out of here. We'll be back in 2.5 hours with Shutter Island, with our Shutter Island film review, our film breakdown. It's going to be very trippy. It's going to get real trippy around here. You still got time to watch it, so go watch it now. If you have good, go watch it now if you haven't watched it throughout the week. And Office said, "Happy Friday, y'all! Good movie, yeah. Let's smoke it up, bro." And yeah, Shutter Island's a really good movie. I didn't see it until COVID. Yeah, it might have been COVID when I saw it. I can't even remember when I saw it, but it definitely wasn't like when it came out. And Tony said, not football, but you hear the Nuggets traded draft picks during the finals. What? And he said, I'm surprised it's past the trade deadline. Crazy. No. What do they do? What do they trade? That is insane. Let's see. It was just picks, I guess, not players or anything. Yeah, it looks like they got a first, I think, for later pick or something. I don't even fucking know. I don't even know. That's wild. That's fucking wild. Crispy, I don't see anything wrong with nudity. Yeah, we shouldn't, right? And Chill said, rank my rookies, my RBs, A-Chain, Kendre Miller, Rashawn, Gibbs, Chase Brown. Gibbs, Chase Brown, Rashawn, A-Chain, and Miller. That'd be the way that I would rank them. And I think they got like two or three late first for a 2029 first. Yeah, that's wild, man. That is wild. All right. Jill said agree with that ranking. Yeah, and I mean, maybe people will get a little choosy about the last two or the last three. Yeah. Marco said, spoiler, the gardener did it on Shutter Island. So funny. All right. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. Make sure you go to the website, fantasyfootballhustler.com, and you can get to all the podcasts from there. You can get to all the TikTok accounts, all the YouTube accounts. Make sure you go follow the Silver Screen Breakdowns account. Make sure you go follow the Stack and Bricks account. The Lego channel is super lit. Help us get to 1,000 followers on TikTok. We're like, I want to say within 25 of getting to 1,000. And so it's Stacking Bricks on TikTok. The link is in fantasyfootballhustler.com as well. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. We'll see you back here for Silver Screen Breakdowns and the Shutter Island Breakdown. We'll see you then. Peace.
As I make my way, the fact I'm still alive, my claim to fame. It's no surprise I'm on a rise, finna stake my claim. Separate me from the others, cause we ain't the same. Ask my brothers from another, we ain't for play. Time is money, so we got no time to wait. Soon as this thing's moving, it can't be stopped. Blue bands in my pocket, call that juggernaut.
In the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your work sure would help a lot. Get your life together.
You know the stat quo. Finna get a bag, bustin' down that blow. Out of East Side Ho, where they know my name.